say something like say hello, just regular. But we haven't done that.
All right. Quiet on the set, everyone. Quiet on the set. Quiet on the set. This is take two. This is take two of season 1 finale.
All right. 3, 2.
Wait, Alex. What are you doing with your hair?
What?
You spent 3 hours in makeup this morning. What are you doing? What did you just...
No, supposed to be the makeup lady, not me.
You just ran your head under a faucet? It looks awful. It's
Look,
so
we'll
moist.
fix it in post.
Oh, my
We're already running behind
this
schedule.
Is the biggest day of the shoot.
We're
All
2,000
right, here
grand
we go.
over budget. Let's just do this. All right. 3, 2, 1.
So Neil Gaiman.
Neil Gaiman is a cooler author than George R. Martin. He does not steeple his hands. Instead, he writes about steeples and ghouls. I don't know. Is that insightful? Is that what we're going for?
As soon as you ask if something's insightful, you lose the power. You just say it, and then you feel confident, and then people are like, "Damn, that was
insightful, Ryan.
That was dope.
It was dope. It was dope.
Dope.
No dope.
So dope.
So dope. Weed wow. It's a callback.
Freaking weed wow.
Hello and welcome to Suck My Fanfic, the season 1 finale.
Where there's going to be a crazy cliffhanger at the end.
Yep.
The people are going to, your favorite couples are going to get together.
Yep.
They're going to fight.
Mm-hmm.
Something crazy is going to happen.
Probably have sex in a smut-like way.
Yep.
I don't know about you, but my favorite couple's pretty obvious.
Yeah, pretty obvious.
Bill Clinton and SpongeBob. Yeah.
Well, I was thinking Henry, our Funko Pop figurine.
And
Perry,
Henry, our
producer.
Patreon.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Patron.
Too,
Yeah, Henry and Henry. They'd make a cute couple.
Oh, man.
They'd make a cute couple.
That they would.
I'm just saying, I think they would. But hello, welcome. Thank you for joining us, everyone. This is the season 1 finale of the award-winning podcast. World-renowned. Joe Rogan started doing some fanfic on his podcast, copying us a little bit.
Kind of upset by that, honestly.
You can't really trademark the idea, so I can't get angry. And imitation is the biggest form of flattery. So I'm just, I'm glad he's getting the message out there. I just kind of hope people turn back to the OG.
I hope this helps him. I hope he kind of runs with it. He really takes off.
Yeah. I hope he finds his own with this and kind of helps us bring him an audience. He's good.
He's a good guy. He's all right. I don't know if he's going to make it, but...
No, I think he's going to make it for sure.
Yeah,
but if taking some of our concepts helps him, I'm not that upset.
Yeah.
I'm cool with it. So
I give him my blessing.
Yeah. As long as he's happy, I'm happy, honestly. He's a good guy.
Sounds good.
So thank you for joining us. And as a season finale, we contemplated reading many of the other awful fics that we have. By awful, I'm just referencing last episode. Not last episode, but the Anne Frank episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shocking.
Yeah. I don't really want to talk about last episode. I didn't feel like myself in it. What about you?
I had like a frog in my throat.
Yeah.
I wasn't feeling up to it that day.
Mine was more like a squeaker. I felt like my voice was higher that episode, and I felt off. Wasn't really a big fan of the fandom that we chose, and I don't know.
I seem to know a lot about it somehow.
Yeah.
But I've never seen it.
Yeah. We won't even get into it. So omitting...
Not our strongest.
Yeah, omitting last episode.
Actually, maybe particularly strong. Too strong.
Could be our
normally.
strongest.
Actually, a little suspicious.
People might like that one more than this one, which is also a little scary. But today, we wanted to do a little clip show.
Retrospective.
We are in the 8th season of the sitcom. We have nothing better to offer the audience.
We're doing the pantheon of the great sitcoms.
We're doing the clip show.
Phoned in a clip show.
Where they're like, guys, we need an episode. Let's just
do a razor thin plot.
Yeah, and greatest hits.
Around,
I would like to think that we were in our garage. We were in my garage cleaning it out. A hurricane came. The lights went out.
Oh, it's a bottle episode. Yeah, we're stuck in the garage.
Yeah. The door to the garage to go inside the house locked mysteriously.
Is this like how the Drake and Josh bottle episode goes?
So all we have to do is reminisce on times past. And that is our previous episodes. So I think that's fun. What do you think? That's a good way to think about it.
That is a pretty good
way
to look at it,
it's midsummer, post-summer, into the fall in Florida, and
it's 97 degrees outside.
97 degrees outside, even though there's a Category 4 blowing outside. There are also crocs or whatever the shitty plot to that movie that just came out is. The
Alligators.
One with alligators. Yeah, and some just B plot that nobody cares about. They just want to see the alligators. Also, alligators aren't that fierce. They're actually very loving creatures. And we're reminiscing on times past. I'll be. I'm rummaging through my old toy chest, and I pull out a SpongeBob. I'm like, remember the SpongeBob episode?
How could I forget?
And then we both just stare off into space.
It's like our Morty's Mind Blowers episode, except we're not coming up with original content like that episode.
No, it's just,
rehash.
Yeah, rehash. It's a total rehash. So we counted, and we might be wrong, but I think we hit 59 different fandoms this season.
My favorite sexual position, 59.
It's a little more complex, a little more of a veteran.
Right.
It
involves no contact whatsoever between two people,
but still a lot of mental focus to Yes. So we've done 59 fandoms, Ryan. How do you feel about that?
That's pretty intense. When we started, I was like, this is not going to last.
No.
We're not making it past 10. But to get to 59 in less than 59 episodes, we're essentially breaking our promise to the listener that we'd be doing a fic episode.
Yeah. Well, we did do a fic an episode, but we didn't do a fandom an episode.
That's true. Yeah, we did some crossovers here and there.
Mm-hmm. Did some Drabble Fests, which are fun.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Should I read over them real quick?
Sure.
I'm going to go as quick as I possibly can.
Make it as quick.
Because we all know that I like to take my time. Okay, here we go. Arthur from PBS. Battle Royale. Pokemon. National Treasure. Frozen. American History, which is apparently a fandom. Harry Potter. We only touched on that barely once. Halsey, The Hobbit, Melanie Martinez, South Park, Transformers, Air Bud, NPR, Marvel, YouTube, PewDiePie, Bill Clinton, SpongeBob, Rick and Morty, Mario, True Crime Podcasts, Professional Wrestling, Game of Thrones, also known as A Song of Ice and Fire, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Queer Eye. Would Uno be in? Is Uno a fandom? Board games?
It's got a bustling fan community, so yes.
Well maybe we're at 60 then, but we're going to stick at 59.
Monopoly is also in that episode, if I recall correctly.
It is. Queer Eye, Garfield, DC, Indiana Jones, Scrubs, Detective Pikachu, Holiday Season, The Office, Supernatural, X-Files, Sandman, Finding Nemo, Jimmy Neutron, Curious George, Power Rangers, Scooby-Doo, Willy Wonka, Rugrats, Skyrim, Lost, Labyrinth, Jeopardy, Star Wars, Anthony Bourdain, Chronicles of Narnia, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, Golden Girls, Toy Story, Sports, Minions, Drake and Josh, How I Met Your Mother, Sherlock, Anne Frank, Dragon Ball Z, and we won't even count last episode.
Yeah.
So there we go.
Pretty good. And just the beginning of a whole new world to discover. We haven't even touched on some of my favorites.
World.
Like Aladdin.
We have not done an Aladdin fic. We almost did one, though. What?
Don't talk about that one that we didn't do that we're going to do.
Are we going to do it? Okay.
So don't mention that one.
It could be done at some point.
Don't mention that one.
Is
don't
what
mention
Ryan
the
is
one
saying.
That you were going to just say.
Yes. Wink. Wink. So that's a lot of fandoms. That's a lot of things to do.
We covered a lot of bases.
We really did.
If we got at least a couple people from each one of those fandoms, I think we're in the money. That was kind of the idea, right?
Yeah. It was sort of like, hey, let's have something for everyone almost, which is sort of what fanfic is. Something for everyone. So
something for everyone. Something dark and twisted to meet everyone's perverse sense of style and taste. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But touching upon that, I would just like to say thank you guys for listening. I didn't think we would have so many people that would want to listen to what we said. I still don't believe you do. I think you guys just humor us.
I think they just leave it on for like their animals when they go, they leave the house for the day.
Could be an ASMR thing too.
Yeah, we
like an anti-ASMR, something that just makes you totally uncomfortable.
Yeah, it dries you up immediately.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm hoping it is. But July was our best download month so far. It's currently August 2019. July 2019 was our best, so thank you guys.
August is looking good.
August is looking great so far, honestly.
Nice.
So, yeah, we're really taking some steam going into this break. We picked up a lot of steam and we dropped it.
Yep.
Which is okay. But we really appreciate you guys listening. We hope you guys have enjoyed listening to us. I mean, like we said at the end of the conspiracy theory episode, I mean, this is free content. We have invested some money into this.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I guess you're welcome is the best way. But no, I mean, we put a lot of time, a lot of lot of effort, some money into this, and we hope it shows.
Yeah, just hope that it entertains you. That's our aim.
Entertainment. I didn't think we were ever going to get super famous doing this. Still don't think we are.
You're so wrong.
Yeah, so wrong. Yeah, look at that. You're welcome, Joe Rogan.
My weekly walk from the PATH station to your apartment is now just lined with autograph-seeking fans. Yeah. It's honestly, I've had to wear disguises at various points.
Yeah, it's very Beatles-esque.
That's why I've started to grow my mustache.
Yes, you have started to grow your mustache. I did notice that.
Trying to lie low.
But no, we really appreciate it, and like I said, we never, I don't know if you start a podcast intending to get famous, if that's always sort of the best intention, is it?
That's probably the reason why people do it.
Well, for me, it's one of those things where, just because naturally who I am, I'm at the point where I'm like, how can we refine this? How can we be more successful? How can we get better? Mm-hmm. And I don't know if it comes out of a drive of I want people to listen to me and adore me and give me money, or I just want to put out the best thing that I can.
I think I originally undertook this as just, I need a creative outlet.
Yeah,
I need
exactly.
something.
Yeah. And for anyone that's listening that has been sitting around for a couple months, a couple years and saying like, I could start a podcast.
Or I just need an outlet. Like I have ideas, I want to do skits, I want to do this or that.
Hey, if you have, I'm always sort of the person that's like, if you want to see it, be it. I don't know if that's a saying, whatever the saying is, but like,
be the change you wish to see in the world.
That's exactly what you're getting at. I have friends back home that are I always have great ideas for this. Do it.
Go write a play.
Write a play.
Stage it.
Whatever you want to do. pursue it. As long as it's in reason, doesn't hurt anybody, and isn't violent. Whatever you want to do, pursue it. Have fun with it. And for Ryan and I think we both kind of hit that post college graduation blues, and we were looking for some sort of creative outlet. And this was a really fun thing to invest time into.
Yeah, well, because throughout the structure of education, you always kind of have clubs, and you have ways to do it. You kind of have to. After that, you got to make it for yourself.
Yeah, and if
you got to find the time to go perform in the community theater, you got to make a platform for yourself. You have to find time to write.
Yeah.
As you know.
Oh yeah. So if anything, this as much as it is for you guys to listen and enjoy us, hopefully,
it's all about us.
It's for us. I mean, it's for us too. It is, and it's fun to go onto our little podcast hosting program and look at our metrics and be like, dude, someone from Israel's listening to us. What? And it's interesting. It's fun. It's a fun pursuit. It's a nice little hobby. And if you're listening to this and you think, oh, I love podcasts, don't steal our idea, but start a podcast. I will say, there are probably,
or steal our idea. Try to topple us.
That's true.
We are a juggernaut.
We're untouchable at the moment.
Go for it.
If you're thinking about true crime or movie review, hey, go ahead if you want.
Add your voice to the chorus.
Add your voice to the massive 1,000,000-person chorus. I'm not going to stop you.
You're going to get listens, though.
Yeah. If you're true crime, you will get listens no matter what you do. But, yeah, if you want to do that, do it. If you want to write a play, do it. If you want to do that, if you can take one thing from our podcast and from this episode, there's creativity everywhere. There are things that people care about in the weirdest senses, just really niche things. Run with it. Have fun with it. I mean...
And it may seem like, oh, that's not for me. Like, I can't get in that community. You can get into it while knowing literally nothing.
Literally, we were talking...
If anything, it'll build a better appreciation for the people the people you admire who do things well.
We were talking about this the other day. As far as podcasts go, the only ones I listened to before we started this were the Joe Rogan podcast, and not even all of them, only the people I was interested in, and the H3H3 podcast. That was it. And Ryan was, you're a pretty avid podcast. Yeah, you're pretty avid. Neither of us had a Twitter before this. We were not present on the Twitters. I'm awful at social media, and I don't know why I run our social media.
I couldn't read before this.
Exactly.
I learned to read through this podcast.
Yeah, through this podcast. We helped him out a lot. So thank you guys for sticking around for that journey.
Amazing.
Yeah. But we've learned a lot from doing this, and just from starting in January to getting where we are. I mean, it's one of those things where you look at some podcasts that started around the time as us, and you're like, wow, we could be doing a lot better. And you look at others, and you're like, wow, we're doing really well.
But you can always look around, and depending on what subset you choose, you could be doing well, you could be doing bad, but it doesn't matter. It's all about how you feel about it.
And traveling at your own pace, and pursuing this in a way that you're comfortable with.
Which, again, for us, is a breakneck pace. Yeah, this is a break. Ship to stardom.
I know for the longest time after I graduated from college, it was like, man, I have such a cool idea for this. I have such a cool idea for this. I didn't do 90% of the cool ideas I had. Mm-hmm. And this is just sort of the one that we stuck with. And I'm glad we did. And, if we're intending to have a season 2, hopefully I would say we'll be back in about 4 to 6 weeks. Could be longer.
We're going to kill off all your favorite characters in the premiere, too.
Yes.
So you're really going to not know what's going on.
Yeah.
Alex is going to... Spoilers. Alex is going to go.
Alex is going to go. Wait, Alex is going to... Wait, hang on a second.
We're both going.
Okay, cool.
In the murder-suicide pack.
Sweet. Oh, awesome.
I know. It's going to be sick.
That's just going to be sick. We're going to glamorize it like 13 Reasons Why and everything. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah. No negative connotation.
No, not at all. No, it's beautiful. Mm-hmm. It's beautiful. But, no, we're planning to have a season 2. And we hope you guys stick around for that.
We got some cool ideas for it that you might be interested in, yeah.
And we might change up the format a little bit. Not the format of the show, but the format of how you consume it. Yeah.
Yes. But we'll reveal that as we kind of suss it out.
If you keep up with us on Twitter, we're going to kind of lay out our plans, update you guys as we go along.
Post our manifesto, if you will.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Mm-hmm. But I'm going to need the next month and a half to get adjusted to my new life in another state, doing something totally new, and, trying to, just get used to starting my graduate program and everything. So once I get adjusted to that, I think we're going to have no problem getting back into it. We might start doing one podcast every 2 weeks, which I'm sorry that the output is lower, but...
more sustainable, probably leads to a higher quality product.
I would think so, yeah. And we're gonna try some stuff out, and we would really appreciate some feedback in the meantime, honestly, because we only know as much as you guys tell us as far as feedback goes.
If you want to see more like produced stuff, we'll try to angle the show that way.
Yeah.
If you like more kind of off the cuff rambling stuff, then we'll do that.
Yeah, and I mean, we're here for us, but we're here for you too. I mean, we want to be entertaining just as much as we enjoy writing the scripts and doing the voices and producing everything. So it's just, it's a labor of love. It's a labor of our community of love. Mm-hmm. So, yes, there's that. But I guess the best way to close out this season is I thought it would be fun if Ryan and I did 2 separate top 5 lists. We'll each give our top 5 for 2 separate lists. The first one is going to be the top 5 best fics that we have read. Mm-hmm. Had a little bit of time to think about this, Ryan.
Mm-hmm. I've done no thought.
You've done no thought?
Yeah, I'm just going to come up with on spot.
Take a quick moment, throw a couple together,
sure.
Do your thing.
I'm doing my thing.
And I want us to both go through our top 5 favorite
stories. Episodes or stories?
The stories themselves. Just the fanfics. Just the fics. What we think are the top 5 best fics. And that could be, as far as metrics go, that could be whether it added to the canon really well, whether the smut was written beautifully, whether it was a very intelligent way to cross over 2 things, whether the concept was just interesting, whether it was well written and you appreciate the time that was put into it. There's a lot of ways you could go with this. So just top 5 all around best fics individually.
Gotcha.
Okay, you've had your time to think.
So we're gonna go 5-5.
Yeah, we'll go 5-5, 4-4. Yeah, and we're gonna go from the 5th to the 1st. What we think are the top 5 fics, just the fan fictions that we've read on the show.
Straight up fan fictions.
Yes. So your number 5, Ryan, is?
My number 5 is from Travel Fest 1. This American Life, episode 141, A Whole New World.
I like that. I like that fic. Not on my list, but I like that one. What did you like about it?
First of all, I picked it.
Okay.
That's a home run right there. But,
how many did I pick on this one, on my list? 2.
I think it was, again, it was such a pitch perfect send up of This American Life, of the voice of Ira Glass. It had some interesting things to say about like Captain America coming back to this age and his perceptions of like social justice and kind of that. But also, I think the number one reason I liked it is because that was the fire that started what eventually became the Mario murder mystery.
Oh yeah,
that interview, like us doing roles in it, and I think that was I think that was a turning point. I
would agree. Yeah, I think that is true. So that was a good one. I like that one. I didn't even consider it, but it's
deep hit.
Yeah, it's
deep
good.
Cut.
And I think especially with the way that Captain America got his finale, his send off in Endgame, it's just a nice little thing to add to like the Captain America lore.
Yes.
Yeah, the Captain America mythos. My number 5 is National Treasure 3.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so I picked it because of how fun it is.
Yeah, oh yeah, dude.
I think when we talk about sitting there and just reading a fanfic with your friends, or, hey bro, check this out, this is hilarious.
Yes.
That's what it is. And there's nothing negative about it. There's nothing. It's not crazy because it's overly sexual. It's just fun. It takes National Treasure 3. It takes Taken.
And Thomas Jefferson's macaroni and cheese recipe.
Yes, Barack Obama's in it, and bro, grab me. It's so good. You got Kanye West doing his Kanye best.
Yes,
Putin. I mean, it's Illuminati. It's just fun, and the 666 coordinates I thought were super intelligent to use. So I like it. I thought it was fun. And I think at the heart of it, fanfics are entertaining as much as they are for. Venting, blowing off steam, putting yourself into something, representation, adding continuity. They're for fun. You're not writing it because you're not enjoying it. And I think National Treasure 3 was a lot of fun.
I'm really glad you picked that one because I was going back and forth and I settled on that being my number 4 choice.
Is that your number 4?
But I'll give you my second option for number 4.
Okay,
that was truly my... Because that is the... First of all, it was early on, and I was like,
third episode,
kind of iffing on, and you found this perfect like crack fic, and I have been trying to capture that. Like, I'm like, where is my National Treasure 3?
Where's my ultimate showdown of Ultimate Destiny?
This magnum
That's how it
opus
felt
of insanity.
Yeah,
and also it encouraged me. I literally went home after we recorded that, and I watched National Treasure on Netflix.
Yeah, dude.
So good, so totally.
I love that, and I still have moments walking through New York City where, like, I went to the Intrepid, and I was like. Nick Cage jumped off of the Intrepid. I need to... No, I'm not going to do it. I want to do it.
Yeah,
I want to do it.
Okay, so I'm glad you picked that. So in lieu of National Treasure 3, my 4th selection is going to be the 4 times that Indiana Jones almost found an artifact.
Oh, really?
And the 1 time that he did.
I do love that one.
I really like that one.
That's from Tinseltown, episode 15, right?
Yep. That one... And I picked that one again because of just how well it captures. And then we got into a good discussion on, like, I was like, oh, this would be a great anthology. You turned me on to Young Indiana Jones.
Did you watch it?
I did not, but I'm aware of it, and that's enough. I'm aware of it, and I can reference it now, which is the greatest gift.
You know that it exists. I think that's all that matters.
Totally, yeah. And I think there's that in the beginning that he's like looking for that Viking ship, the mythical one that shrinks down.
I love that one, yeah.
I have heard that referenced a weird amount of times.
Isn't it weird how when you see something so niche like that, you start to recognize it everywhere else?
Yes. And I just think that Indiana Jones episode was really underrated. That was a really good one.
Yeah, but I had a lot of fun with that one. It's one of my personal favorites.
That fic itself was enjoyable for me.
Yeah. Well, thank you. So that was your number 4. My number 4 is The Will to Showbiz.
Ah, look at that.
Yeah, I thought that was a fun episode, but I thought the fic was good because I can't tell you how many people I've had DM us or like tweeted us and be like, that was exactly a Rick and Morty episode. Like Sizzler, Slinton, all that stuff. Like, it felt like a Rick and Morty episode. I still think it is.
Dude, that was a lot. That episode was fun, but yes, the story of itself.
Recording the episode was fun because we did get trashed.
Yes.
Yeah, we drank a lot that episode.
And I was able to shine with my impression.
Rick.
The only one
Morty. Come on, Morty.
Rick, I'm talking to myself in the third person. Yeah, and that was like that was like a good script that we found. We were able to ad-lib and do a lot of stuff. Yeah, true to the characters, really zany, off the wall. No punctuation errors, which is a bit of a knock, but okay. Yeah.
And I think Rick and Morty is one of those franchises that's a little more enticing for people. So when they look at our list, our episode list, they can see a Rick and Morty one and be like, let me watch that. And I think it's a good introduction to who we are and what we do. So I like that. I like that fix. That was my 4th. So what's your 3rd?
My 3rd is, and I'm going off script here, is Finding Nemo, the noir.
Finding Normo?
Finding Normo.
Wow, okay.
Finding Marlin, I guess, was the appropriate
Yeah, it was
title.
Finding Marlin was what Matt named it, but we know what the real name is.
That was just, first of all, it like, I felt like it was like almost commissioned for us.
Yes. Well, it was. I mean...
But it was the world premiere of it. But it was, I mean, again, I try to capture that essence every time I'm looking for a fan fiction. Something that's just so smart and so funny and clever. I mean, if you got to go back and listen to that episode.
Yeah, episode 25.
Just for the sake of
Normo.
listening to it.
It's fun. It's a good episode. I think all the jokes are made in a intelligent way that informs the fic, and it's
tight
just
story.
Very tight story. The characterization is great. I have no issues with Finding Normo.
Yeah. Finding Normo, my number 3.
Yes. My number 3 is No Reservations. The Anthony Bourdain Narnia fic. It's episode 23. Mm-hmm. I admittedly am not the biggest Anthony Bourdain fan. Mm-hmm. As far as even like travel food blogs go, I actually liked Bizarre Foods with Andrew Zimmern more. I always kind of put those in the same realm for some reason. Sure. But Anthony Bourdain, I think the older I get, the more I enjoy it. Because when I was watching those things, I was younger. I hadn't really,
he's eating a huge hot dog.
Yeah, it's like, whoa, he's eating bull penis. And then Anthony Bourdain would be like, I walked into the back of this dive bar in the middle of Chinatown, and I had to taste the best pig brain I've ever had in my life. And I was like, what? I don't care. But now that I'm older, I'm like, I've had pig brain in Chinatown. I know what that feels like, Anthony Bourdain.
Yep.
And I really respect the amount of work that she put into that fic.
Yeah, a lot of research was done about specifically topics of food writing and blogging and reviewing, critiquing. It was good.
And I think when we got to the end of it, we could tell how much the author liked Anthony Bourdain, and it almost felt like an in memoriam to him.
That, I mean, and the fact it was written before his passing, and then that follow up, that was like just a sweet coda to it. Yeah. Wow.
Untouchable. So my number 3 was No Reservations. What's your number 2?
My number 2 was from episode 10, Westeros Mania. The Game of Thrones fanfic. I'm to my own horn here. Another one that I found. But just so much fun.
Yeah.
So much fun.
The
most fun I think I've had personally, like reading just like a fanfic that wasn't like scripted or anything.
Yeah.
The Hulk Hogan, the Hulkster, and just like the huge
Hulkamania, brother,
over the top drama of it. The like freaking like earth shadowing knee drops, and then you get into like
sick lefts and sick rights.
Brock Lesnar just taking down the mountain. The Rock makes an appearance, which is always big money.
And we get to talk about Hulk Hogan's surf shop in
Orlando. Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, I mean, like, the everything aside, Game of Thrones had a lot of excitement at that time. So
it was before they ruined it with season 8.
It was destroyed. Dude, Westeros Mania was
a good episode. I enjoyed that one. So that was your number 2?
That's my number 2.
My number 2 is These Little Powerless Bones.
Yeah.
It's from Drabblefest 1, which I believe is episode 7. Mm-hmm. Yep, it's the final Drabble.
Episode 6.
Episode 6. Episode 7 is PewDiePie's Majestic Adventure. Dab, dab, dab. So episode 6, Drabblefest 1, and it's the last Drabble in that, and it's a Harry Potter Drabble. I've never read Harry Potter, as everybody knows. Mm-hmm. I thought it was great. It was a short Drabble that very effectively told the story of someone who was born to magical parents who is not magical in the slightest.
Yeah. Oh, it was such a good human story.
Yeah, and I think with the amount of time that person took to tell that story, as quickly and efficiently and as effectively as they did, it's untouchable. Mm-hmm. I mean, how many long fanfics have you read that left you feeling the same way, but did it in a less economical way? Honestly,
absolutely.
Like These Little Powerless Bones got me in less than 1,000 words. Mm-hmm. And I thought, I love anything like that. That's effective storytelling.
It had so much. It had like kinetic energy to it. You felt like you were like you could feel this character's rise.
Absolutely,
as she was going along.
I think you made the comment, the joke that you felt closer to this character in that one Drabble than you did to some Harry Potter characters in 7 books. Whether or not that's true, I think the argument could be made for some people. Maybe that's how they feel about it. Mm-hmm. So These Little Powerless Bones is my number 2. All right,
man.
Drum roll
for. Let's recap them before we go.
Okay, yeah. Give me your 5 through 2.
All right, so recapping, my number 5, This American Life, episode 141, A Whole New World from Drabbelfest 1, episode 6.
Episode 6.
My number 4 is the 4 times that Indiana Jones almost found an artifact and the 1 time that he did, from Tinseltown, episode 15. My number 3 was Finding Marlin, or Finding Noirmo, which is from episode 25. And my number 2 is Westeros Mania from episode 10. And my number 1 is A Cold Winter's Night from episode 20, Alex's fanfic.
Now, are you saying that just to flatter me, or do you mean it?
Yes.
Okay, you're just saying it to flatter me.
No, absolutely. Dude, I really enjoy that fanfic. And it just, I mean, maybe I'm biased. Yeah. And that's what this whole thing is. It's a bias. We're judging our bias.
Yeah, of course.
You wrote that. You wrote that, man. I'm so happy.
Well, thank you.
You put a lot of love into it. The original version, a lot less friendly. Probably not my favorite fanfic. Yeah. But the one that we released to the world, really good.
You liked it?
Funny.
Yeah.
Again, dude, just not enough incredulously. Not enough.
Well, I fit in a whilst and an incredulously.
You put it in post, but you could work on it.
They're there.
Work on it. Yes. But I think that's, the most beautiful things are the imperfect ones.
Yeah.
So,
well, thank you. I appreciate it. It's episode 20, and it's just called Alex's Fanfic. It hasn't done as well as I thought it would.
I don't care.
But
I do not care.
Thank you. I appreciate it. So that's Ryan's number 1. That's number 1. I feel humbled to be at the top of this list with some honestly great stories.
Some fantastic authors, yeah.
I obviously am not that vain and would not put myself on my top 5 list.
Alex is frantically checking the fanfics to find a new number 1.
I need a number 1. So my 5, I was going out 5. National Treasure 3 from episode 3.
Great.
Number 4, The Will to Showbiz from episode 8. Number 3, No Reservations from episode 23. Number 2, These Little Powerless Bones from episode 6. And number 1 is Finding Noirmo. I had to. I love Finding Noirmo. They have Steeple the Fins, which I think is single-handedly the best joke we've made. Which doesn't say much, but it's up there.
Have to. Steeple them.
Yeah. And obviously this is probably up to Matt's interpretation, but I think we did give some legitimately good suggestions.
Sure.
Perhaps.
Yeah, I felt pretty good about that.
Yeah, and so I liked that we had the noir detective music in the background. I liked reading it and you reacting to it. The shark bait was hilarious.
Shark bait, can I dude, your fan fiction sucked. That shark bait that shark bait joke makes it deserving of the number 1 spot.
Yeah.
So good.
So mine is Noirmo. And Matt, you're a great guy. I'm not just saying that to be nice to you. I really did like it a lot. And he fit in a whilst, but he not fit in incredulously, right? Yeah, so I think that was one of our suggestions. I still suggest that if you haven't done it yet. But besides that, it was tight. It was
talk about Chekhov's harpoon. That's another option for you.
But it's paced out really well, and I think it's just the right length to be fun and funny and engaging. And
of all the gin joints in the world, she swam into mine.
Perfect.
Smoking cigars on her water.
Yeah, just
great. The whales were the police, and it was just Dory making the whale.
Yeah. Or beautiful. I'm just going to leave it at this: a bartender. An octopus for practical reasons.
Of course.
That's it. So that was our each top 5, what we think were the best fics. I'm surprised there wasn't more overlap, but I think that just goes to show how a lot of it is
we're separate people.
Yeah. Well, I mean that, and just, fanfic is all about what you're looking to get out of it. So now that we've done that, I think we need to get a little critical of ourselves here. Ryan, I want to go over what we think are personally the top 5 best episodes. And I'm going to limit it because the way that Ryan and I sort of categorize our episodes is we have a regular episode and we have a gimmick episode. So correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe the gimmick episodes are I believe the first one would be 6, which was Drabbelfest 1, right? So that'd be the first.
Great transition music. You really outdid yourself with the transition.
I really did. I gave me a mark I could never hit again. Very unrealistic mark. So I believe episode 1 or episode 6 was the first gimmick. Do we consider the will to showbiz a gimmick? We got drunk. We read a script.
I'm always drunk.
It's a gimmick. Well, that is true.
I'm always drunk.
I'm not always drunk, so I'll call that a gimmick.
Okay.
So we got 2 gimmicks there. Then we have Mario Murder Mystery, which is the true crime parody podcast. Next, we have Storytime with Ryan and Big Al, your pal, where we took the 2 dirtiest fanfics we could find, read them real time, like we exchanged them.
Having never seen them before.
Yeah. Read them real time and tried to censor them for a children's show.
We did bring in a huge kids demographic.
We really did, which was good.
Really lit up the scoreboard on that.
Drabblefest Part 2, which is episode 18. The Drabblefest, I don't think we said anything about those. We just took a bunch of... a Drabble is a short fanfic, normally around 100 words. As long as it's under 1,000, it's basically a Drabble. And the first one we read 7, the second one we read 8.
Smashed the world record.
Smashed the world record. 20 I sort of consider a gimmick, but we won't call it a gimmick.
Yeah, no, it's just a standard.
Finding Noirmo, is that a gimmick? Is it gimmicky?
I think it was an honest reading of a really good fanfic.
I agree. So we won't call that one. And then I guess the only other one would be Suck My Fan Theory. So there's 6 gimmicks. We have 6 gimmicks that we've... In our top 5 list, I want to mention only 2 each.
2 each.
You can only choose 2 gimmicks.
Sounds good.
And these are quality of episode. The 2 that you think are our best.
Oh, our highest quality.
Yes.
Not the ones I enjoy.
No, highest quality. Objectively speaking, which ones do you think are the best?
Okay.
So it's 2 gimmick episodes, fit in there however you want, and then 3 regular episodes.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, so for the top 5, what we believe are the best episodes, all around creme de la creme episodes. I'll start for this one.
Okay.
You ready? So what I think is the 5th best episode is episode 14, Story Time with Ryan and Big Al, your pal.
Yeah, your pal.
So the reason I picked that one is not only did I have a lot of fun doing it, mainly watching you read through the awful thing that I picked and making you read it, but I think it was I've listened to that one a lot. I'll start with that. That was sort of my metric. Like, which one did we record?
Do you return to?
That I returned to. The little disclaimer we gave in the beginning I thought was funny, and then I think when we got into the meat of the episode, it was fun. It was engaging. It was one where I linked what the
we had
fics
some good
were.
Character work.
We did, and it was on the spot too.
Yeah.
And I think we held our composure.
Big Al. I bought Big Al. I bought that big time.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ryan was good because I was like, because I was like, I'm going to do a voice before we did. I was like, I'm going to do a voice. It's a voice I did in like a high school play. You do a voice if you want. I don't care. And then he just busted out this like Mr. Rogers voice, like, hey, everybody, it's Ryan. And I was like, what? And then we got really, really religious and Christian at one point. And I don't know why. I just thought it was good.
Rapport, yeah, it was good.
Yeah, and so it was fun.
Those characters know each other for sure.
I think if no one's listened to our show before and they jumped into that one, they would like it enough to want to keep listening. And that was sort of my metric.
Okay.
And I would say Story Time with Ryan and Big Al, your pal. So episode 14 is my number 5 choice. How about you?
Definitely a lot of fun. Probably the most like laughing.
Yeah. While we were recording that, I can only think of one other episode where we laughed more while we were recording. But we'll get to that.
Absolutely. Yeah, it'll appear later on this list.
I'm sure it will for me as much as it will for you.
Yeah. Okay, my number 5 then is episode 25, Finding Noirmo. Much for like the same reasons that you gave, where I think if someone listened just to that, they would really appreciate it. I think it's really tight. I think we get right into it, and we just have such a great story to work off of. Yeah. That it's just easy to comment and make critiques and make suggestions and make jokes and with the music and the reading of it, it's a very atmospheric and it just moves along, like it moves.
Yeah, it's quick. It's one of our shorter episodes too, so because we didn't want to have an opening topic, we just kind of wanted to jump right into it. Just wanted to get into it. So that's a gimmick, right?
Yep.
Oh no, that's not a gimmick.
It's not a gimmick.
No, it's not a gimmick. Okay.
But it felt special. Like, it felt special.
It was special. Matt let us read his stuff, and for someone to go out of their way to say, please critique me, to step into the dojo.
You ready to get slammed down, son?
In the dojo, Matt?
You get burned like the Bronx in the dojo.
But for you to willingly, subscribe as a patron, which is what he did, which we really sincerely appreciate.
Nice,
so thank you. Thank you so much. For you to do that and then say, now critique me.
Mm-hmm. Put yourself at the mercy.
Yeah, you put yourself out there, and I have all respect for that in the world. And so we had a lot of fun with that. I hope everyone enjoyed listening to that, and I think it's a good choice for sure.
I had a lot of fun with that.
Yeah. So now my number 4. My number 4 pick is Game Night.
Ah, yes.
Episode 11, Game Night. Mm-hmm. I will say it is actually our most listened to episode.
It's taken on its own life.
It really has. I don't know why, but it's our most listened to episode. And I think it's all around pretty solid. I've listened to that a couple times. I think we have a good opening topic. I think that
we discuss it. We really did discuss.
Yeah, we did.
Yu-Gi-Oh. You understand Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, I think
probably too much.
Our passion for Yu-Gi-Oh really comes through. The fic itself was fun. It was good. It could have very easily been on the top 5 best fic list.
It was for a while. I had to take it off just because I had others to consider. But it was cracky, but also just well written.
Yeah.
And, funny and suspenseful.
Yeah.
It's
so true to the characters, so true to the story.
And the way the voices you did and the way you read was spot on.
I did my best to do a good Yami-Yugi.
Brought Joey Wheeler to us.
Joey Wheeler!
Man.
Hey, Yugs, where's your dad? So,
he's away on business
is
again?
Business trip? Where's your mom? With the new boyfriend? No. So I had a lot of fun with that episode. Again, if someone came to me and said, this is the only episode of Suck My Fanfic that will survive, I'm not going to be upset about it.
Yeah, I wouldn't be mad.
No, and I think it was a good episode. Like I said, full disclosure, it is our most listened to episode, so it obviously must be somewhat good. And I didn't want to put on the list just for that reason, because I very easily could have just picked the top 5 most listened to ones.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, I wanted to give what I think were the best, not what...
what
an algorithm. Society. No, but the algorithms, the way that they suggest episodes. I don't want to get into that mess. I want to just say what I think are the best. So I do think it's on the list though. So that's my 4. How about you? What's your 4th?
My number 4 is episode 18, Drabbelfest Part 2.
Drabbelfest Part 2. It's a good episode. So that's a gimmick.
Yes, it is a gimmick. That's my first gimmick. Makes an appearance at number 4.
Yes.
Just because, of all the accolades and the money and the fame that we got for smashing that record, absolutely destroying it. Yeah. That was a huge moment in my life, personally. I don't know about you. But also, that one was really fun because we reached out and we got people to send in the fandoms they wanted to hear. And it was a lot of stuff that I would have never looked at a Golden Girls fan fiction at all.
No. But I thought that ended up being a good fic. That one in particular was a lot of fun.
And we got to reminisce on Darth Jar Jar, which was a fun theory.
Absolutely. We also got to do the first poem, the Lost poem.
Yeah.
That I thought was a legitimately good poem.
And that gave us the opportunity to do something we talked about before the show, is we need to do an episode on something neither of us know.
Yeah, and that was lost. I was lost.
Totally lost.
I was lost and lost.
Totally lost in the sauce about Lost.
You know what? They remember Maui. What was the other joke? Was it Maui?
They got to go back to Maui. They
got to go back to that beach. Yeah. So,
but that one was a lot of fun. Yeah. Again, fast. Love that transition music. Those transitions, very tight.
I've been told the Drabbelfests are a lot of fan favorites.
Yeah, it gives you a lot of diversity, a lot of different types of
stuff. Yeah, you can check in and out of it if you don't like one. Yeah, I like the Drabbelfest. So your 4 is Drabbelfest 2.
Yes,
that's good. Episode 18. My number 3. I'm kind of a POS for these next 2, just because you'll see why. But my number 3 is Queer Eye Sandor Clegane Edition.
Oh, you so and so,
you devil! I picked it because it was between both the Queer Eye ones.
Yeah, I had that on. I was thinking about one.
And the only reason I didn't pick the other one is because I had never seen Queer Eye. So I think when you listen to them back to back, 12 to 13, I go from being skeptical to whatever Queer Eye is to episode 13. I'm like, oh, fuck the rest. Bobby gets the work done, my man.
You get it. You finally get it.
Yeah, and so the first one is fun because I'm like questioning it. And I think it's good for the people that have never seen Queer Eye. And then we were at Ryan's apartment. We watched an episode of Queer Eye. Then we recorded episode 2. I'm like, oh, I know everything about Queer Eye. I got this. And we recorded a second one. Honestly, Ryan's Jonathan Van Ness impression alone should put it on this list. So I think Queer Eye Sandor Clegane Edition should be on the list. I think it's a good episode. So I definitely wanted to put that as my number 3.
Wow. So. The change of scenery too was that one was definitely a fun one to record.
Yeah, and you did the voices. We
got to riff on Jersey a little bit. Yeah. I guess that was the Hogwarts one, but
you had a good fix. So I like Queer Eye Sandor Clegane. So that was my number 3. What was your number 3?
That was a fun one. My number 3 is episode 23. No reservations, Anthony Bourdain fic. You hit on that joke so fast, and I was like, I didn't even put it together. But as soon as you said it, I was like, oh my god, you're right.
It felt just like Lil Wayne.
Yeah. And dude, it's such a well written fanfic, and just. That episode contained a lot because it started off good opening topic, good story, we're making jokes, we're going through it, and then at the end it just had so much meaning and so much heart. It just is a really complete experience, I think.
And I think as a human being, when you see something that someone's put a lot of time into, you have no choice but to sit there and be like, mad respect.
You got no choice.
No choice.
Unless you're heartless.
That's true.
Yeah.
How could you be so heartless?
Do.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was my number 3, No Reservations.
My number 2, Westeros Mania, episode 10. That's episode 10, right?
Episode 10,
episode 10. I'm picking it because we had the bit from George R. Martin in the beginning, right?
Yes, George R. Martin.
So I like when we're able to...
Just bash on George.
No, when we're able to, take other things and talk about them contextually. I like that's the one we talked about him, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I like that. The fic was good. We already kind of touched on how fun the fic was. Mm-hmm. And I think it got me excited for Game of Thrones. And I think that's a good episode. I think it's solid. I think we have a lot of funny jokes, a lot of funny stories.
We got that one has the Hulk Hogan surf shop. Does that one also have the Van Halen reference?
I think it might, actually.
Where you're talking about
my grandma.
Your grandma
meeting, Eddie, or
Sammy Hagar.
Yeah.
If that's in that episode, that's truly among the greats.
Yeah, for sure.
That's really in the
pantheon.
Of
all podcast episodes of all time. So what's your number 2?
Okay, man, this is a tie. It's a tie for these two. I'll tell you which one I kind of wanted to do. I kind of wanted to do the great Pikachu, the great detective.
Why?
Pikachu. Because of the discussion about the populations of... specifically Archive of Our Own.
That was a good...
That's where we went over the census. And I think that was a really good discussion. I think that was probably our most informed, because it was actually data-driven.
Yeah.
That was a really good one. But instead I'm going with another Pokemon fan fiction.
Okay.
Number 2 on my list is our first episode.
You motherfucker.
Rectified Anonymity.
You motherfucker. You legitimately think that's our second best episode?
Yeah, dude. I think... it's so much fun for me to listen to because there's so much there's kind of like hesitation.
Yeah.
We don't mention the name of the podcast until 3 hours into the podcast. We don't mention our names at all.
No.
As me being a listener myself, having been involved in the production, I think it's the most charming to listen to.
Okay.
The horrific graphic sexual scenes and all.
Yeah. We also go over the list of sexual fanfic tropes, which I think is important. Mm-hmm. Episodes 1 and 2 are kind of really important to contextualize the rest of the episodes.
If you didn't read those, if you didn't watch those, listen to those, you're kind of lost.
Yeah, because in episode 2 we go over a list of tags for the fanfic websites, which is important. So I think... I could definitely see that. I could see... I wouldn't have put number 1, but I could see why you put it there.
Number 1. I put it number 2.
No, but I mean episode 1.
Yeah.
So to recap, my 5 through 2, 5, Storytime, episode 14, 4, Game Night, episode 11, 3, Queer Eye, Sandor Clegane, episode 13. Mm-hmm. Man, I'm picking them all right in a little block right there.
We really hit our stride there.
We have not reached it since.
Nope.
2, Westeros Mania, episode 10.
10.
And, drumroll please,
doesn't even
episode 1.
Episode 1, I knew it!
Episode 1? No. Pick number 1, episode 9, Mario Murder Mystery.
It's mine too.
Yeah.
It's also mine.
Yeah. And that's not to say that I don't like Suck My Fan Theory.
Yeah, I really wanted to put Suck My Fan Theory.
I was kind of hoping you would, so we'd have different ones, but...
No, couldn't.
No, Mario Murder Mystery for us was so much fun, because we had done the Will to Show, the Will to Showbiz. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Rick and Morty one. We, like you said, we did the little bit of the scripting for the Captain America NPR one where we kind of read in voices. And I think I just came to Ryan and I had the crazy idea where I'm like, you know, all these people are fucking obsessed with true crime podcasts. He's like, yeah, and I'm like, why don't we just fucking parody that?
It's so smart. It was such a good call.
And so we just
we kind of just stumbled onto that fan fiction.
Yeah, because I found one called
on that couch over there.
Yeah, we did. I found one called True Crime High School, and it was all of these like serial killers going to high school together, and they were like jealous of each other and all this other shit.
They didn't actually kill anybody,
but they didn't kill anybody, and it was all just about how like they wanted to fuck each other, and it was
kind of glorifying some really bad.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know why you guys want to write fan fiction, and literally when you go to Archive of Our Own, it's like John Wayne Gacy fandom. I'm like, fandom? Why are you a fan of his? And so we were going to do that, but there was no murder mystery. There was no crime to solve.
It was just murderer's story.
Yeah, wanting the bone. And it didn't even have a conclusion. It was still being written.
Yeah, it was under construction.
So we very quickly looked for like a mystery fanfic.
One of our few Wattpad stories.
Yeah, and we stumbled upon a couple Mario murder mystery fanfics, and we kind of settled on one that we really like, and that was just so much fun because we did the voices. You had two distinct characters. That was the first script that we wrote for the show. The first time we did characters throughout. First time we did any like extensive editing with the music.
Yeah, the music was a good atmosphere.
Tonally, try to get the atmosphere. We recorded the outros with the interviews. Like, I remember Princess Peach. She was a total brute. Like,
it still makes me laugh.
I've honestly probably listened to Mario Murder Mystery over 10 times.
When it first came out, because Alex did all of the editing. He edited it to the max. When it first, like, he sent it to me, say, hey, what do you think of this?
Yeah.
I probably listened to that thing like 5 times. I was just like, man, you
just get so happy with it. Yeah, thank you. And so we did that. The music. I'm Ryan and I'm Alex. Like we had, and when we were writing it, we were just a chain reaction of ideas, easy. Like, oh, dude, what if we did this? Oh, let's put it in. Let's put it in. And we definitely had those moments with Suck My Fan Theory.
Yeah.
I think Suck My Fan Theory was we would have never gotten to that point had we not done the Mario Murder Mystery. And I know we're talking about objectively which is the better episode, but for me, Suck My Fan Theory, maybe just because we're so close to it. Like from when we were recording to when it was released, we're still only a couple weeks out.
It did not happen as organically as Mario Murder Mystery.
No,
we really did kind of. I mean, for better or for worse, we really did have to kind of set down time and like carve it out. Kind of get into the zone to do it. It didn't really flow.
No,
but I do think
the development of it didn't flow.
No, but I think it's a really polished because we brought a lot of stuff that we learned from doing Mario Murder Mystery and we put it into that.
Had I not picked Storytime, I would have picked Mario Murder or Suck My Fan Theory.
Yeah,
I would have picked Suck My Fan Theory, but Storytime I think is just a really cool concept, really cool idea to put that in. And that's why I wanted to limit us on the gimmicks, because I know we very easily could have just picked the gimmicks and not pointed out the genuinely good episodes that aren't gimmicky. So, Mario Murder Mystery, it's fun. And it was one of those ones where I was like, man, this is going to blow up. This is going to get like 1 million listens first day. And
we were so totally right.
Yeah, and it's not even our most listened to episode. Not even our second. I don't even think it's our third. I think it's like 4th or 5th. Yeah, we advertised. We did a little trailer with you in Madison Square Park. Yeah, like we did a lot of stuff for that. And we were so totally into it. So I think... And there are a couple of story inconsistencies that I don't want to mention that still bother me when I listen to it. And I was like, if only I could go back.
Please.
But even with that,
turn it to the ground.
Even with that, I'm still like, it's great.
Funniest line. I've never laughed harder than us trying to get through some of those lines.
Oh, yeah. Years of overeating.
A young dinosaur cut down in his prime.
Yeah, we actually, if you're a patron, if you subscribe to our Patreon, we have the... unedited recording of us trying to record the script, and it's good because it's a lot of us just breaking up and like, why did we do this? And what was really cool too is we wrote it on a Google Doc, so we'd sit there and we'd like add things, and I'd be like, yeah, Ryan, you fix this part, I'm gonna keep moving forward.
You'd like charge ahead.
Yeah, and like we would shift off and sort of do that, and so when we went to record, we would either forget the jokes were there or read the jokes for the first time, and so you would hear me like, Years of overeating. Dude, fuck you. Like, what?
Yeah.
Like, I didn't realize it was in there. We did that with Suck My Fan Theory, too.
Yeah.
We were recording literally my last line for the Rugrats one, where I said his geriatric love interest.
Yeah.
And I originally put geriatric slam piece.
Yeah.
And you can hear Ryan just like, what the fuck? After I said that. But
yeah.
obviously we didn't say geriatric slam piece.
Yeah.
But no, Mario Murder Mystery. I'm very proud of that. Yeah. And that is something, I'm glad that it is not explicit. Mm-hmm. And for someone that...
I don't need to work blue to be funny.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
And for someone that's not a massive Nintendo fan, I think it still shows just like how much love we have for that franchise. Mm-hmm. Just all the little jokes. Gloved fingers. Anytime I listen to that and it says gloved fingers, I get angry because I didn't write that joke. Like it's like my fan theory is a little more blurred where I'm like, did I write that joke? Did Ryan write that joke? But for Mario Murder Mystery, I remember who wrote every single joke in that one.
Because it's like a competition. We were like jealous of each other for writing better jokes.
I've told people that. We're like, we'll sit there, and whenever we're like writing scripts, like he'll say something that's funny, and I'll be like, haha, fuck you. I'm going to write something so much funnier. I hate you. And then like we would just try to like top each other. So I think it was just a lot of fun. And I think it's just a good
times.
Overall good fic and good episode. So that's our number one.
If you haven't listened to it, go.
Yeah, if you have listened, hey, go back and reminisce. Mm-hmm. Have a good time with it again. Yeah. Get it up to number one, guys. Come on. What the fuck is up with game night and being number one?
That's a good episode.
It is a good episode, though, yeah. I can't complain that it's a good episode.
So the Sucky for favorite episode.
The Sucky Award is Mario Murder Mystery. The judges have spoken.
The Sucky goes
to episode 9. Yeah. Mario Murder Mystery. Very proud of that still.
Super proud.
Just to end up, or to finish things out,
wrapping it up.
I want to real quick go.
We're getting the wrap it up sign
the
from
producer is giving us the wrap it up sign. Yeah. I wanted to give.
Oh no, he's choking. Is it wrap it up or choking?
We're recording. We're recording.
Okay,
He can solve it on his own.
He's turning blue.
He's just faking. He's a drama queen. He's a drama queen. You know that. Okay. So I wanted to real quick go over the countries that have listened to us.
Oh yes, we did this.
We did this once, but I think it's been more. Albania,
boom.
Australia,
Danke.
Austria, Canada, France, Georgia, north of Florida, Germany, Ireland, Israel, Netherlands, Russia, South Africa, Sweden, Trinidad and Tobago, United Arab Emirates, United Kingdom, and the United States.
I did see that someone from Trinidad and Tobago accidentally listened to it.
Yeah, it was an accident. What? And very weirdly, when we get into the United States, Ohio? I can't like you that much because of the Buckeyes. Mm-hmm. Oh, damn, I just alienated all the Ohio fans. No, come back. They're not that bad.
Yeah, go.
Urban Meyer's gone, and he won us 2 national championships. It's okay.
It's all good.
I don't care if he slept with a cheerleader. Ohio's our number one listened to state. 26.2% of all the listens in the country come from Ohio.
Is there a correlation between that being one of the hotbeds for opioid abuse and on listening to our show?
I would hope so. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'd be disappointed if not. And then after that, Florida, which was number one, but is no longer.
Definitely a strong correlation.
Then California, then New Jersey, Colorado, Texas, New York, which is where we're recording, should add more.
Yikes. I feel the wall's closing in on me.
Yeah, Oregon, and then Virginia. Yeah, cool. And then other. It just says other.
Oh, yeah. Other. Beautiful this time of year, really.
It is really beautiful this time of year. So we have the little demographic breakdown, and thank you guys for listening. Like I said, July was our best download month, and August has already topped June.
June sucked.
June apparently was a dry spell for us, but we're back, baby! And to finish it off, I think the only other thing I want to do is just go through a couple of the... I'm still not totally convinced why do people do it, but we should. Mm-hmm. Just go through some of our reviews.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I'll read our last.
Doing that for a while.
Yeah, I'll read our last 5 reviews because I don't remember where we left off. And
so you're gonna read all of them?
No, I'll go back to Jay's. I don't think we got to Jason's. Isn't that Jason? I think so. I'll go back to that one.
Okay.
So it's only 8 reviews. So this one is from A Girl Has No Nickname.
What a great name.
My new favorite pod. A fan fiction review podcast is a podcast I didn't know I needed. These two are great together. I feel like I'm hanging out with friends and they keep me laughing. Alex and Ryan do a great job of staying on topic, but also having genuine off-topic conversation. We've fooled somebody, Ryan.
Absolutely.
Thanks for being great. Also loving the SpongeBob episode. So thank you, a girl who has no nickname, for listening. A girl has no nickname for listening, and we're glad you enjoyed the SpongeBob one. This one is from C Brick JW. Subscribe now. ... Do it. Really silly and informative. The hosts have great chemistry, and I really enjoy laughing while learning at the same time.
Informative. That's very nice to say.
Yeah, we try to be.
Yeah, we try.
Take ourselves a little too seriously.
Mm-hmm.
ALX 2416. Alex and Ryan are awesome. These two guys are hilarious. I love this pod, and you will too. Can't wait to listen to some more episodes.
I can't disagree with that.
Can't
we
disagree.
Are hilarious. We are
Audra
hilarious.
Nicole, who is one of our patrons, and who is a listener from Drinkipedia. She says, great premise and even better content. The hosts have great chemistry and give a balance of respect and criticism to each piece they present. If you like fan fiction or friends talking about things, give this a listen. Thank you, Audra.
Friends talking about things.
Yeah,
you're total
we're friends. We talk about things.
Yeah, tune out.
Thank you, Audra. This is from Derelict88, Far From Fiction. This is the reason to listen to podcasts. The premise is ridiculous, silly, original, and entertaining.
Dude, Far From Fiction is a good podcast name.
That is a good podcast name.
Dang it.
Have you ever been curious about fan fiction but hesitate to seek it out? Let the show guide you to or from checking some out. The hosts are engaging and knowledgeable, and and the fun is palpable. Give them a listen and subscribe.
That's
Thank
really
you.
And that's really nice.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of what we were going for.
Yeah.
People who wanted to get into it. That sums it up.
This is from Linda Roberts Castro. Funny fanfic show. I'm not really into fanfiction, but I am so into this show. It's entertaining as hell and even informative. The hosts tell you all about the topics from the story, so you won't feel left out. I'm really impressed by the acting talent of the hosts reading the stories. They're pop culture experts with a show that is both funny and engaging. Click on the subscribe button already. Thank you, Linda.
It's easy to be a pop culture expert when you only talk about what you know.
Yeah, exactly. This is from Snap Food, which is a fun podcast. They were on the Rugrats portion of Suck My Fan Theory.
Oh, yeah.
It's fabulous, which I assume is a direct reference to Ryan's Jonathan Van Ness. Yeah. When I ventured to try this podcast, I was nervous. There was a lot of titles I recognized and I loved, and a few I didn't know at all, and I didn't know if I really wanted a fanfic version in my life. And then I listened, and now I know I need this. There's nothing like the idea of Queer Eye's Fab Five, oohing over Hagrid or Sandor Clegane, actually letting someone cut his hair. I had so much fun listening to these guys entertain me, and you will too. Make sure to try it. Thank you, Snafu.
That was really kind. That's all I've needed.
All of this is more kind than I think we deserve, honestly. Mm-hmm. This is from a podcast about something, which was also in our... he's a patron of ours, so thank you. And he was also in episode, I believe, 2, the Willy Wonka one. He played Robert... Was it Robert Cadbury? Who was
Charles.
It? Charles Cadbury.
Charles Cadbury, yes.
Yes.
A challenging role that
yes.
he really
did. He did a great job.
Yeah.
I never knew fan fiction could be so fun. The hosts are hilarious and keep the conversations fresh as they move through the worlds of fan fiction of any and every genre. I have never been a fan of fan fiction, but these guys have made me one. Personal favorite episode so far, Westeros Mania. He gave us the list.
He's got great taste.
And I said we would finish with Jay, crazy stories you can't help but laugh at. I mean, with how ridiculous these stories are, you can't help but laugh hysterically along. Beautifully told by some great dudes, this podcast deserves to be on your sub list. It's definitely going to stand out and will become one of your faves. Thank you. It was very nice. Mm-hmm. Like I said, nicer than I think we deserve. So we do appreciate all of the reviews that we've gotten, and we appreciate you guys listening. So yeah, we did the reviews, we did a little breakdown. So am I forgetting anything? We did our fave fives.
Yeah, no, you've got a plane to catch.
I do.
Yeah.
I'm legitimately flying down to Florida today. To go and move into an apartment in Gainesville, where the University of Florida is.
Give your address. Give your address.
This is my phone number, and
Social Security.
This is my soch.
Here are my phobias.
Yes, and my mother's maiden name. But besides that, I guess we can just end with we have a Twitter, Suck My Fanfic Podcast. At the moment, we're not fading away into obscurity, so if you guys want to follow us on there, we will do our best to keep it up and to keep that going. And
we're going to become radicalized if you don't. We need people.
Yeah, we really
do.
Yes, but another thing we started. It says December 2018 on Twitter, but we really didn't get on there until January. I think it just made it so we had it.
Mm-hmm. It was like, we're doing this podcast, right? And I was like, yeah, sure.
Yeah,
and I made the Twitter. I was like, oh no, it's real.
Twitter was made? Yeah. And, through the months, we have gotten up to 675 followers. And that's pretty crazy to think.
That's a lot.
Yeah, I don't even think I have that many Facebook friends.
Oh,
and I've been cultivating that for years.
Yep. Just like I'm cultivating my crops.
Yes, exactly. On, what's that? Farmville. Duh. So thank you all.
Farmville fic coming season 2.
Oh, fuck, that'd be great. So thank you all 675 of you. We really do appreciate it. And that's just at the recording of this podcast. Might be bigger when it releases. Who knows? Might be smaller. Could be. Who knows?
It might, yeah.
Probably will be. But no, thank you. Legitimately, thank all of you guys for listening, all the listens. Thank you guys for following us, engaging with us. We try to be as out there and open and as fun and engaging as possible. Sure. Yeah, responsible. Responsive, not responsible. Well, we try to be responsible.
We do not try to be responsible.
I do. You don't.
I am not responsible at all.
Absurdist News also had us recently read a news story for them.
Yeah.
And that was a lot of fun as well.
We went way too long, as usual.
Yeah. If you miss us, you can find us on there because we're kind of, cross-pollinating.
We're always here.
Yeah. And, follow us on Twitter. Our Facebook needs a lot of love, guys, by us included, but it could start by you following
Our Tumblr, please settle down on it. We don't need as much love.
Much love.
We're blowing
Too
up
much
on
love
Tumblr.
on Tumblr, yeah.
It's huge.
We have a YouTube. We have a little Let's Play series on there, which is fun. And, like I said at the very beginning, this is a free podcast. If you like it enough, you can go on our Patreon, and for as little as $1 a month, you can follow us. To thank our patrons, because I would also like to do that. It's a very short list. A podcast about something. Thank you. Drinkopedia. You guys are awesome. Henry, you've been there since day one, man.
The OG.
You really are. And
OG.
You've sort of been our biggest fan since day one, so we really do appreciate you sticking around. You're a really cool guy, because, we DM him every now and then. Cool dude. Thank you for everything, man. Brad and Katie, thank you guys. You're also on the patron list. Really appreciate you guys listening. I know Katie is really involved in the podcast. She loves it, so thank you. Alyssa, thank you. Couldn't do it without you. And Anna, thank you as well. So I think, thank our patrons. And if you guys would like to be thanked next time we thank our patrons, give us $1.
Absolutely.
It's a little $1 a month.
And if you want to see Alex get a tattoo of your favorite fictional character,
it's going to be like $2,500.
You're going to have to upgrade to $2.
Two whole
$2 tier.
But we do have a $5, $10, $15 tier, and all of those are just us. We must review a fanfic that you submit to us.
If you want to hear us say something,
yes,
that's the way to do it.
And you can either write the fic or just give us one to review. If it's the smuttiest, grossest thing you found, we're obligated to do it because you gave us money. So thank you guys for everything. Do you want to do a Stoked On segment, Ryan? Last one of the season?
Stoked on, man.
What are you stoked on?
I'm stoked on. I'm stoked on what's next. What's coming up?
Yeah.
It's been nice. It's been really fun to do this. But I think we got some ideas in the pipe. I'm very stoked for where you're going. I've got some things that I'm working on in my life. So, this is kind of like an end of one season and everything. But I feel so stoked about what's out there. I feel very stoked looking back as we did on this episode, and I'm just looking forward. I'm pretty stoked.
Just generally speaking, I think. Just as people, we're always kind of living in the past, living in the present. But sometimes you also sort of neglect when you do something that's positive or fun because you kind of focus on the bad things.
To celebrate the good things.
Yeah, so I want to celebrate. We came into this no history of social media marketing or even really doing well on social media. Never having done a podcast before. Me never really listening to many podcasts before, and I think we're putting out a good product. I'm happy with what we're doing. I wouldn't put it out if I wasn't happy with it.
Right.
And I think you feel the same way.
I don't put out.
Yeah.
Unless I'm happy with it.
Yeah. Unless you've at least been taken to dinner and a couple other things. Wined and dined. So I'm stoked on that. I'm stoked on people actually wanting to listen to what we say, and like I said, we really do genuinely appreciate it. I'm also really stoked on the 2019-2020 Florida Gators football season.
Ooh,
I am so ready, boy!
Gators, let's go!
Sorry, in the future when our Twitter is gummed up with Gator stuff, but we're going to be
in the midst of a winless season. It's just
lossless season.
Yeah, no, we're going to go undefeated, win the championship.
This is Natty Champ season.
We'll never lose another game.
No, never. Not with Dan the Man at the helm.
Nah.
Yeah. Suck on that, UC. If fucking hate. No, I'll take that out. I'll take that part out. Yes, so that's what I'm stoked on. Thank you guys. I'm stoked on our podcast, which is a little self-obsessed, but who cares, and the Florida Gators. Thank you guys for listening. And Ryan, what should we remember?
Hey, we're kind of sarcastic on this show and everything, but we really want to say how humbled we are by the response we've gotten to this show, and just to bring any enjoyment to you, the listener, is really kind of our aim. Yeah. So thank you so much for listening. Really hope that you enjoyed it. It means a lot to us that you have. And to Alex, I'm going to miss you, bud.
Yeah. We're going to have like weekly phone calls just to like keep up with each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's it. Smoke grass, eat ass.
Hey. That's the only right thing for a Christian to do.